Hi, my name's Emmy. Welcome. So glad you joined me today.
I'm so happy to have each of you here. In today's approximately 30-minute practice, we'll be exploring movements that open our hearts and challenge our balance, and we'll be tuning into our self-talk. You may encounter something that's new to you. Please move slowly, listen to your body, and approach this practice with curiosity, non-judgment, and a sense of humor. I love using props, so please grab a cushion or two, a strap, belt, or maybe a scarf if your hips feel tight, and have a chair or wall nearby to assist with your balance. To begin, find a comfortable, easy seat in the center of your mat. Let your arms rest at your side or in your lap, whatever feels comfortable today. Let your spine be nice and long, your shoulders relax, and your belly muscles relax. Let your eyes become heavy, and either close them or soften your gaze downward. And bring your awareness to the air filling your lungs and emptying out. Notice as you inhale and exhale. Don't judge your breathing or try to control it. Just bring your awareness to each breath. Many of us were taught to be kind and to forgive others, and this is wonderful. But we tend to leave ourselves out of this equation. We see our flaws and judge ourselves harshly. Today we'll be practicing self-compassion, and the way we start is by harnessing our self-talk. I want you to talk to yourself today like you are your best friend. Speak to yourself with kindness, patience, and forgiveness just as your best friend would. And if during this practice a negative thought about yourself occurs, practice self-compassion and change it into kind encouragement. Take a moment to thank yourself now for giving yourself this time to nourish your body and spirit. Tell yourself, I love you. And slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. When you're ready, open your eyes and we'll move into tabletop. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Spread your fingers. Make sure your torso is lifted and engaged and your shoulders aren't sinking. And inhale into cow. So your head and tail are going to reach up to the sky. Your torso sinks down. And for cat, exhale, head and tail point towards the floor, arcing your back upwards. Continue. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Maybe finding some side-to-side movement or circles. Whatever feels good on your spine today. This is a nice stretch for your spine, especially if it feels a little janky. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Thread the needle. Let your head and shoulder rest on the floor. You can control how much twist you have with your left hand pressing up against the floor. Maybe you want a little bit more, maybe not. We're just waking up our spine, so take it easy. Let's rest here for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, reach your right arm back up to the sky, and exhale, let it float down to your mat. Inhale, reaching your left arm up. Exhale, thread it through, resting head and shoulder, maybe adjusting your hair. Just let the earth take all the weight. Stay here a little bit longer. Inhale, bring your left arm up. Exhale, let it float down. From here, widen your knees. Let your hips sink back. and sit into hero. Nice long spine. And bring your hands, palms facing each other, interlocking your fingers to find a wrist circle. Just warming up our wrists. We use these a lot when we're doing yoga. And gotta take care of them. Shake it out, and let's do some arm circles. Let your left arm rest and let your right arm circle back, reaching all the way to the edges of your movement. And then reverse it, 2 each direction. And let's switch hands. Left arm reaches back. Just reaching the full extent of your motion and reverse. Take a breath here. Let your shoulders relax. We're going to open up our shoulders just a little bit now. Get ready to reach both arms up and bring both arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms, look up. Inhale, look forward, arms straight up. Exhale, open to cactus. Inhale, look forward. Continue this a few more breaths. Always use your own breath. Maybe you want to do this faster. Maybe you want to do it slower. Feel free to go at your own rate always, and then, rejoin me when you're ready. Let's sink back into child's pose now. Maybe widen your knees. I like a nice wide position so I can just really relax my torso and let the weight of my body sink into the earth. Walk your fingers forward. Take a breath here in child's pose. Inhale, rolling up from the base of your spine. And let's come up to standing. We'll start in mountain pose. So come to the top of your mat, feet hip-width apart, toes facing forward, arms are down to your side, palms facing forward, shoulders are relaxed, nice and tall and balanced. As you inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold, just folding at the hips. This pose is about your spine releasing, so feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to feel your spine release. Shake your head no and nod your head yes to release any tension in your neck. And just enjoy your spine decompressing, letting gravity release any tension you're holding. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths. Maybe experiment with bending and straightening your knees a little bit more, finding a sway side to side. Whatever feels good in your spine. On your next inhale, move to halfway lift, lengthening your spine forward like you're a tabletop now, supporting your spine with your hands either on your thighs or your shins or maybe your feet, and exhale, fold forward once again. Then reach your feet back into plank. You could have a traditional plank, or perhaps you want both knees down or maybe one knee. See what feels comfortable and supported today, especially if you have wrist issues. Bringing your knees down is a wonderful idea. The second half of our chaturanga, going to bend our elbows. And once again, if you're on your knees, that's wonderful, or out from a traditional plank. Keeping your arms squeezed to your side, elbows squeezed to the side. You're going to just brush your chest with the floor. And then inhale up into cobra. It's really a great idea to engage your legs, pushing down on the top of your feet, squeezing your legs into the floor, and lengthening your spine. Your arms could be bent or straight, whatever feels good. Maybe find some movement side to side in your cobra. On your next exhale, tuck your toes under and let your hips reach back into downward dog. This is another pose that's about your spine, so maybe you need to experiment with moving your feet closer or further away from your hands. You may be up on your toes, you may have your feet flat. Either way is wonderful. Find a good spot for today where you can release your torso and feel that nice spine lengthening. Once again, releasing your head, just letting it hang down. Take a few more breaths here. From here, on your next inhale, we're going to lift your right leg, let it float up into the air, and we're going to move into one of my favorite movements called Wild Thing. Now, this can be done on your left foot with your foot supporting you, or if you feel like you would like a little bit more stability, go ahead and move down to your knee. Either way is a beautiful Wild Thing. From there, you're going to let your right foot touch down on the floor. I'm demonstrating on your knee. This is what it looks like. Or if you decided to stay on your foot with your left foot, that's what it looks like. Both Wild Things are wonderful. Let your heart open, feeling the sun shining down. Take a moment and tell yourself, good job for getting to that pose. As you exhale, go ahead and bring your right foot back to the floor, facing the floor back into downward dog. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, look forward at the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your feet forward. Maybe you want to hop, whatever feels good today, back into forward fold. And inhale, roll up from the base of your spine back up to standing, finding your mountain pose. Hands together at heart center. All right, let's do the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. This spine compression is wonderful. Remember to keep that bend in your knee to allow your spine to lengthen. Squeezing your chest against your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that nice long tabletop position. And exhale into chaturanga. So forward fold first. And then walk or hop your feet back into your plank on your knees or feet. And continue down to the floor. Inhale into cobra. And exhale, meet back in downward dog. Find your nice spot that feels good in your spine today. On your next inhale, we're going to float our left foot up into the air. Once again, remembering we can support ourselves with our knee or up on your foot. Whatever feels good. Let your left foot touch down to the floor, finding that nice open heart to the sky, Wild Thing pose. Take a moment and remind yourself that there's beauty in facing challenges with an open heart and mind. All right, let's turn back. As you exhale, return to downward dog. Hey, and if you just saw my transition, it's not always pretty. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, rolling back up to standing. Beautiful. We're going to do that same vinyasa again, adding a few things at the end this time. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Couple more breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into cobra and exhale back to downward dog. Remember to go at your own breath speed And just join us back in downward dog. On your next inhale, let your right leg float up and find your wild thing. It might be on your knee wild thing, or maybe you're on your foot. Whichever wild thing is a beautiful wild thing. Now this time, instead of going back to downward dog, we're going to bring our right foot forward in between our hands and lift up our torso into a crescent lunge. Hands are straight up, torso's nice and tall. Check your front knee. Make sure your knee is right over your ankle, no further forward than your toes. And we're going to reach forward into our first balancing pose, Warrior 3. So reaching those arms forward, slowly transitioning into Warrior 3 with airplane arms. See, my palms are down. This is a great place to grab your chair or wall to help you feel stable. Flexing your heel, feeling the length from the top of your head to your heel. One more breath. And then exhale, we're going to bring our knee into our chest. Give it a little hug. Thank you, leg. You're so wonderful. Then into our dancer pose. So reach back with your left hand. Grab your left heel. And maybe this is your dancer pose. That's totally wonderful. Or maybe you feel like you have a little bit more extension that you can reach for. Find your dancer today. Hold for our beautiful breath. And then slowly, when you're ready, let that foot come down. Don't let it fall. If you touch the ground, that's all right. We're going to press it back out into Warrior 3 for a second. Bring your foot to join, your right foot on the ground, into chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's do that whole thing on the other side. Finding your mountain. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Maybe you have to adjust where you are, depending on your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into cobra. And exhale, back to downward dog. This time our left foot. So prepare on your knee or your foot. Left your left foot, float up, and then find your wild thing on this side. And then we're going to bring that left foot forward in between our hands and lift up our torso into crescent lunge. Holding here a few moments, finding a nice stability. And when you're ready, reach the top of your head forward. This is a very tricky transition from 2 legs to 1 leg. Oop, falling over, that's okay. Flex your right heel. Feel the length from your heel pressing back to the top of your head, reaching forward. Arms are squeezing together. Palms down like you're Superman. One more breath. Beautiful. On your next exhale, bring your knee in, give it a hug. And then find your dancer, reach down. See where your leg wants to be today. And each side is different. Maybe the other side was great and this one's not as high. That's okay. And when you're ready, let that knee come down, then press that foot out back into Warrior 3. Finding your balance for 1 breath. Then bringing your feet together into chair. Hold for a second. Hold, hold, hold. And inhale. Reaching up, bringing your hands to heart center. Take a moment and say, good job, me. And move your feet out a little bit, wider than hip width maybe. You might want to pillow. Sink your hips down. I'm showing this from 2 different angles so you can see what it looked like from the front and from the side. So here we are this is called Malasana. Your elbows are in front of your knees. And you can do this on a chair. If your knees are really feeling this, sit on a chair or a low bench or a stack of cushions. Let your spine be nice and long, pressing back on your knees just a little bit. Now we're going to let our right hand go to the floor And let your left arm reach to the side. Trying to stack our shoulders on each other. Maybe you're looking up, maybe you're looking down, maybe you're looking sideways. Let's switch our hands. Left hand down, right arm reaches over now. Looking up or forward or down, whichever place you want. Returning back to Malasana. Now we're going to try something a little difficult, a bind. So reach your body in front of your right knee. Let your right arm move behind you. Let your left arm grab your hand. You may want a strap or a ribbon or a scarf here. Maybe you're like, I'm never going to do that. And that's okay. Shake it out. Let's try the other side. There's always one side that's easier than the other. All right. And let's release this side. Give it a little shake. Wonderful. And we're going to sit back onto the mat. All right. From here, plant your feet. Plant your hands right under your shoulders for a reverse tabletop. If that was easy, try straightening your legs out and doing a reverse plank, or just do another reverse tabletop. We're going to hold for one more second, one more, and let your hips sink down. Good job. Shake out your wrists. Scooch forward a little bit. We're going to lay on the floor, planting our feet as close to your hips as you can get them. Lifting up into bridge, so your shoulders are relaxed to your side. Palms are on the floor, arms are squeezing down. Lift up your hips as you inhale. Hold them up high. Exhale, let your hips sink down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rolling your spine down. Extra points if you peel off your tailbone and lift up 1 vertebrae at a time, and then exhale, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Nice. All right, let's waterfall our knees side to side, just letting them go. One side, the other side. Cross over your right foot over your knee. Reach underneath, grab your knee and pull it towards you in a figure 4. Maybe it is 1 inch away, maybe it's 10 inches away. Go wherever your body needs it today. Flex your right foot. Now let's hold this for another breath. Now let gravity take over. You're going to let your right leg go across your body and into a supine twist. So your arms can be straight out or they can be cactused out like I have, mainly because there's no space. But maybe you just like that. Do what feels good in this supine twist, letting your knee be heavy, letting your shoulders reach for the floor. Let gravity take over. 1 more breath here. And bring both knees in, give them a hug. Let's switch our other side, left knee over right now. Find your figure 4, reach under, pulling gently your knee to your body. Ooh, this side's a little tighter than the others. It's all good. And let's let gravity take over again, finding our supine twist on this side. Shoulders are going to reach to the floor. Maybe you can look away from your knee for a full twist of your spine. See what feels good in your body today. 1 more breath here. And bringing both knees in, give them a hug. Let them go on the floor. We're going to straighten our legs out. Find a comfortable spot into Savasana. This is the final movement, asana of our practice today. Let your feet just open. Let your hands rest on the floor. Let your spine rest. On your next inhale, we're going to flex our ankles, crunch your toes in. Savasana is where we integrate all the work that we just did into our body and activate our parasympathetic nervous system. This helps balance the energy and anxiety we feel during the day. Just lets our mind and body relax. So inhale, flex your ankle. Exhale, release any tension. Next, your thighs. Inhale, squeeze your thighs together. Exhale, release. Torso, inhale, crunch up an inch. Exhale, release. Your arms, inhale, squeeze your arms to your side, make fists. Exhale, release. And last, your head. Inhale, open your mouth, close your eyes, stick out your tongue. Exhale, release all that tension. Let your eyes stay closed. And bring your attention back to your breath. Self-compassion is being kind and loving towards ourselves, our actions, our bodies, our words we say. If we're practicing self-compassion, when we're going through difficult times, if we recognize a failure or perhaps qualities in ourselves that we dislike, rather than judge or criticize ourselves, we offer patience and kindness. Instead of berating and blaming ourselves for mistakes, we practice forgiveness, knowing that we do not have to be perfect to have self-worth. Knowing that our mistakes are a passing experience and we're doing the best that we can as we navigate our way through life. That we're worthy of love and friendship and good things just how we are today. Slowly bring your awareness back to here and now. Tell yourself again, I love you. Let your fingers wiggle, let your toes wiggle. Yawn, stretch, and curl into your side. Resting for a moment until you're ready to make your way up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a joy having you. Namaste.